Hey, happy March. I'm Sydney. I'm a woman in ministry, a pastor's wife and a mama, an educator, a small business owner, and so much more. Like many of you, I wear a whole lot of hats. I'm also so thankful for being part of the Organ Ministry Network, where I can be challenged and inspired and just live life with so many of you. I'm so excited to share with you today and grateful for the graciousness of Pastor Joy for giving me this opportunity. Accelerate. I'm a definitions person, so as I was preparing for what to say today, I started Googling definitions and synonyms and really just diving in to what the word accelerate means. It means advance, forward movement, to step up, to further, to make progress. As women in ministry, we wear so many hats, and I find myself juggling so many places at the same time. I often feel like I'm stretched beyond my capacity and doing so many things. It doesn't always feel like I'm doing much at all. I don't always see progress. I don't always see movement forward. I don't often feel like I'm advancing anywhere other than into my own exhaustion. Sometimes I start to question, am I doing enough? Should I be doing more? God, are you even using me where I'm at? Should I be trying harder, giving more? And then if I'm not careful, I easily step into the comparison game and start doubting my worth and where God has placed me and move from the question, am I doing enough, to am I even enough? And so quickly with all of this inner questioning, the focus moves off of God's plan moving forward and slowly becomes on myself. But you know, the forward movement and the progress of God isn't actually my responsibility. Not solely anyway. The advancement of the purposes and plans of God don't rely on us doing anything but being obedient. In Philippians 2:12-13, Paul says to us, "Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." So in those moments where it feels like what needs to be done is beyond what we can offer and we start questioning the acceleration of what God's doing, let's make a pact to remember these things. First, to keep our focus on what God's doing instead of what we're unable to do. Second, to say no to playing the comparison game. After all, not everyone accelerates at the same pace, and we're all running our own race. Third, to remind ourselves that in God, we are enough. God plus us always equals the majority. Fourth, to remember that progress doesn't always equal achievement, and that's okay. Fifth, to stay obedient to the calling God has placed on us individually, uniquely, and solely us. And sixth, to be faithful to the purposes of God, even in the midst of the unknown. Remember, we're not driving the acceleration of God's purposes at all. He is. We aren't responsible for the progress. He is. God is the one fulfilling his good purposes. He is stewarding our obedience. His faithfulness covers our efforts and propels his mission forward. All he's asking of us is to be obedient, and he will be responsible to accelerate his plans both in and through our lives.